After another Bears disaster in Week 14 against the San Francisco 49ers, the blame shifted to the man that put together the entire team in Ryan Poles.
The Chicago Bears are falling apart, and Ryan Poles is holding the pen and paper, but for how much longer? What started as a season filled with promise has turned into one of frustration, instability, and disappointment for the Chicago Bears. The 7-game losing streak, internal conflicts, and questionable leadership decisions have left fans shaking their heads and asking the same question: is Ryan Poles the right man for the job? Poles, who was brought in to rebuild the Bears, now finds himself on shaky ground as opposition grows. With coaching staff changes, poor draft choices, and whispers of discontent in the front office, the Bears seem to be spiraling without a clear plan. As team president, Kevin Warren remains silent on Poles' future. A potential power struggle only complicates matters further. The Bears' sudden decline and management decisions.
Been a lot of discussion, debate, thoughts on Ryan Poles. Does he deserve to be the GM? Does he not? Has he made enough good moves? Has he had too many misses? Is the Bears roster in a good position moving?
The Chicago Bears season began with a sense of confidence, fueled by promising performances and the hope of steady progress. However, things took a shocking turn as the team fell into a downward spiral, resulting in a devastating 7-game losing streak. The collapse was sudden and unexpected, leaving fans and experts questioning what went wrong. The issues don't just lie in the players' on-field performance, but also in the decisions made by management. The Bears have lacked consistency, and the abrupt moves by the front office have created instability. One of the main factors in the decline has been questionable management decisions. The midseason dismissal of key coaching staff like offensive coordinator Shane Waldron and head coach Matt Eberflus disrupted the team's flow. Changing leadership in the middle of the season is rarely productive, as players are forced to adapt to new systems and coaching philosophies on short notice. This lack of stability leads to confusion and inconsistency during games. The Bears' offense and defense have both struggled, with costly mistakes becoming more frequent. Management's inability to foresee this collapse has put Ryan Poles in the spotlight, loss of key coaching staff, and its impact.
I'm excited that they have decided to retain Ryan Poles at the general manager position. I got to know him in Kansas City.
The departure of key coaching staff has played a significant role in the Chicago Bears' struggles this season. Losing experienced leaders like head coach Matt Eberflus and offensive coordinator Shane Waldron in the middle of the campaign has been a massive blow to the team. Such decisions rarely result in beneficial short-term results, as they create turmoil and uncertainty within the locker room. Coaches serve as the guiding voices for players, helping them focus, strategize, and remain disciplined. When those voices are suddenly removed, it disrupts team cohesion and morale. The interim coaching staff now faces the difficult task of picking up the pieces while trying to promote trust and unity among the players. However, implementing new strategies mid-season is a tall order, especially when players are still adjusting to recent changes. It is no surprise that the Bears have looked disorganized in recent games, often committing avoidable mistakes on both sides of the ball. Whether it's blown coverage, miscommunication, or sloppy execution, these issues can often be traced back to the lack of leadership consistency. This instability has also exposed the Bears' inability to create a strong coaching foundation. Successful teams prioritize building a system where coaches can work closely toward long-term success. In contrast, the Bears seem to be constantly playing catch-up, reacting to problems rather than proactively addressing them. The loss of experienced coaching talent highlights deeper organizational issues that the Bears must fix if they hope to avoid repeating this downward spiral in the future. Scrutiny of Ryan Poles' decisions.
And it looks like Ryan Poles is going to be fine. Kevin Warren, obviously the president of the team. Pete, what do you make of what's happening in Chicago right now?
Ryan Poles' role as the Chicago Bears general manager has come under intense scrutiny, particularly due to questionable decisions involving the draft and player signings. While Poles was hired with the promise of rebuilding the Bears into a competitive team, many of his choices have backfired. Poor player evaluations and risky signings have contributed to the team's struggles this season. Fans and experts equally have begun to question whether Poles has the right judgment to guide the team. One glaring example of missteps is Poles' inability to address the Bears' critical needs, particularly on the offensive line. Year after year, the team has struggled with protecting its quarterbacks, and Poles has yet to find long-term solutions for this issue. His draft picks, including some early round selections, have failed to make the desired impact on the field. In addition, Poles' free agency decisions, such as signing players with a questionable commitment to the game, have drawn criticism. In a league where success depends on smart personnel decisions, Poles' track record has raised serious doubts about his ability to build a team that succeeds. The Bears need strong leadership that can evaluate talent, identify needs, and execute a clear plan. If Poles continues to make mistakes, his position will become worse and worse. The pressure is now on him to prove that he can learn from these missteps and make better decisions moving forward. Need to strengthen the offensive line.
Look, he's looking the front side, steps up, feels it, like I said, bails out right here. Watch him. Because those are two back.
One of the most pressing issues for the Chicago Bears is their offensive line. It has been a consistent weakness for years, and this season has been no exception. A strong offensive line is the foundation of any successful football team. It protects the quarterback, allows the passing game to develop, and opens up opportunities for running backs to gain yards. However, the Bears line has struggled to provide this support, leading to poor offensive performances. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams, who many hoped would be the team's future star, has faced constant pressure due to the line's inability to hold off opposing defenses. Williams has been sacked far too often, which disrupts his rhythm and impacts his confidence. The upcoming offseason will be critical for addressing this issue. Many experts have suggested that the Bears should prioritize strengthening the offensive line in the draft and free agency. By investing in this crucial area, the team can provide stability for the offense and help Williams develop into the player fans hope he can become. A strong offensive line won't fix all of the Bears' problems, but it's a critical first step in turning things around. Fan frustration and calls for change.
If you run this ball one more time. What the is wrong with this stupid team?
Chicago Bears fans are some of the most passionate in the NFL, but their patience is wearing thin. After years of mediocrity and disappointment, fans are growing increasingly frustrated with the team's lack of progress. The 7-game losing streak has only added fuel to the fire, with many fans calling for significant changes in the front office and coaching staff. The attitude is clear. Bears fans want accountability, and they want a fresh start. Social media and fan groups have been flooded with criticism of Ryan Poles, Kevin Warren, and other members of the Bears' leadership. Many fans feel that the team's struggles stem from poor management decisions, including bad draft picks, coaching instability, and a failure to address critical needs. The frustration is understandable. Fans invest their time, money, and energy into supporting the team, and they want to see results. This growing frustration puts added pressure on the organization to make changes. Fans are no longer satisfied with promises of rebuilding. They want to see real progress on the field. If the Bears' leadership fails to take decisive action this offseason, they risk losing the support of their fan base entirely. The Bears must demonstrate that they are listening to their fans and are committed to building a competitive team. Uncertainty surrounding player performances and roster changes.
On a scrimmage, Williams is hit, and the ball is out. Picked up by Cashman. Knocked down at the 39.
The uncertainty surrounding key player performances has been another major issue for the Chicago Bears. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams has shown flashes of brilliance, but he has also struggled due to inconsistent support from the offensive line and coaching staff. While Williams remains a promising talent, the Bears must ensure they create the right environment for him to succeed. Beyond Williams, other players on the roster have also underperformed. Several veterans have failed to live up to expectations, raising questions about their future with the team. The offseason will likely bring significant roster changes as the Bears look to improve key areas, such as the offensive line, defensive secondary, and wide receiver core. The Bears must approach these transfers strategically. A clear plan is needed to identify which players can be part of the team's long-term success and which need to be replaced. The uncertainty surrounding the lineup highlights the importance of having strong leadership in place to make these decisions. If the Bears can address these challenges in the offseason, they may finally begin to turn things around.
About Ryan Poles, but he's gotten more things right than he has wrong, and I think he is the guy for the job, Jacqueline.
The Chicago Bears are at a crossroads, and the pressure is increasing. Ryan Poles was hired to lead the team into a brighter future, but so far, the results have been anything but promising. A losing streak, leadership uncertainty, and frustrated fans have turned the spotlight entirely upon him. If Poles cannot prove his ability to make the right decisions, especially in the upcoming offseason, his days as the Bears' general manager may be numbered. Fans are tired of waiting. They want accountability. They want results. The clock is ticking for Ryan Poles to show he can lead this team back to greatness or risk becoming another chapter in the Bears' long story of disappointment.